do you have the numbers of qualified teachers we need to educate our young ones? I mean, do you have maybe an estimate?
Right. You mean in any particular school or
proportion?
Worldwide?
You know
what all teachers need to be qualified.
Let me redefine that. See,
right.
Again, I go back to my home country.
Right.
Okay. I've seen videos and heard of so many unqualified teachers.
Okay.
Teaching young people. And not only are they not qualified to teach the subjects that they're supposed to teach, but their communication ability is lacking.
Right.
Okay. And I think that's one of the reasons why we have so many young people in my country who are not very excited to study. Okay. So my question is that maybe not the number, but the proportion of teachers, qualified teachers to students we need, because I also believe that we don't have enough of teachers in the first place. Then we talk about the qualified teachers. So we have a lot of work to do in our education sector.
Yeah.
And we might encourage or entice people to become teachers.
I'm with you. It's a tough one, this.
It is.
Ekene, it really is. I would, the blanket answer is that all teachers should be qualified. But when we talk about qualifications for teaching, we normally talk about having gone through teacher training in some shape or form. Like here in the MENA, in the Middle East and North Africa, it's, at the moment, it's all about having a PGCE, postgraduate certification in education, which is the British training method. You can come in with different states, because in America you have different certifications from different states. So you can come in with any of those, or you can have a Bachelor in Education in which is accepted by most international schools, which is fine. And in Egypt here there is also a I'm not sure what the qualification is called, but it's Bachelor in Education basically. You can have done your undergraduate in education, and that affords you the ability to teach. But what you're talking about and what you just mentioned is something which I want to touch on, which is what a teacher actually is.
Yes.
I don't believe that simply being qualified to teach because you've got a certification makes you a good teacher. It might make you capable to be able to pass on information in particular subjects and know the strategies and methods which have been research-based and how people should be learning those. But will a kid learn from you? Not necessarily, right? In order for a kid to learn from you, first of all, you have to have the ability to be able to communicate. You have to have the ability to be able to understand each learner in your classroom, or at least the groups of learners in your classroom, understand what motivates them, what their passions are, understand how to get their attention, understand how to make them think, not tell them what to think, but how to think, understand how to spark curiosity, discussion, inquiry. A good teacher is one that when the bell goes, kids don't run out. They want to hang around because they just love being in your company. And so when we talk about qualified teachers, I think we've got to, I would like to anyway. I'd like to change what qualified teacher is about. I'd like school leaders to start thinking more about the types of people that they're employing and can train. And I'd like school leaders, like we do, we develop capacity within our school.
Good.
We hire people with the very basics, right? When it comes to, so let's say, for example, you've got a bachelor's degree in education, right? Or like most international schools, you have a bachelor's degree in the subject that you're going to teach. The next thing I'm looking for is the type of person you are. how you're able to connect to young people, how you're able to connect to me, just in that short interview that we're doing, how you're able to come up with ideas about how to get this content across, how much you think about what kids need in order to improve as individuals and not just within the curriculum.
Yeah.
Time management, research methods, their ability to lead, their ability to work within groups, their ability to think, forget outside of the box, like there's no box, their ability, their ability to work independently. And let's develop all of that. If you're a person that can demonstrate to me that you have those skills, as far as I'm concerned, you're probably more qualified than somebody who comes to me with a certification. And the best way for that to happen, I think, is to develop that capacity within your school. So we've put a lot of focus at my company on building leadership capacity, on creating leaders that are able to train teachers. And when you do that, you are more likely to get what you need, because finding these people through interview alone from outside and bringing them in is time consuming, it's difficult, it's challenging, but having that capacity to build teachers within the school means that you're bringing people in and you are building them, creating potential within them, and then effectively you're helping the learners within the classroom.
Yeah.
So you need professional development. That is the key. You need to be able to create trainers who can continuously monitor, who can check on practices, and who can allow teachers to become independent in their progression, to be able to take on action research, to be able to create PLCs, we call these professional learning communities, which look at the data that you have and what we can do with it and how we can turn current practices into better practices. All of this can happen within the school environment, within the learning environment itself. And you can create what we've just discussed as being qualified teachers yourself. So first you need the leadership in order to be able to do that.
Good.
And to some extent the resource.